I hope we are live and I hope you can hear my voice. So, I'm trying something new today. We are in the month of February 2026, and of course, it's time to look at what the tarot cards have to say for everyone from Aries to Pisces for 2026 February. But instead of doing a recorded session and uploading the whole thing and everything that goes into making a video, I thought why not do a live reading. So I will be doing this live. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask me, and I'll be more than happy to maybe do a personal reading for your sun sign for you specifically. But what I'm going to do today is cover all 12 sun signs as quickly as possible. We'll be starting with Aries. And the spread is very simple. It's just going to be a simple 5 card spread. 4 cards, 1 card per week, which tells you how each week of 2026 February is going to be for you. And the gist card, which gives you a flavor of the month. What can you expect from the month? What are the things you should do? What are the things you need to avoid in this month of February 2026? So, the very first sun sign is Aries. And what I'm going to do, Aries, is quickly shuffle the deck, and I'm using, of course, the Sacred India Tarot. All of you are familiar with this. This is the tarot deck that was created by my guru, Sri Guru Rohit Arya. There's the book for you. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous tarot deck based on the Itihasas and the Puranas of Hindu Dharma. And to be very honest, every time I use this deck, I know that I will get correct readings. I will not get any fake readings or false readings or incorrect readings. So, Aries, you're in luck. This is your tarot card reading for February 2026. Let's see how your month is going to be. So, I'm laying out the cards. Here's card 1, which is week 1. Card 2 is week 2. Card 3 is week 3. Card 4 is week 4. And then there is the gist card. So let's see what this particular month has in store for you. All right. Card 1 is the King of Swords. This is your card for week number 1. Card 2 is Ace of Pentacles, which is a very, very good card for new beginnings. Card 3, which is week 3, is the Nataraja card or the World card. And card 4 is the High Priestess, which is the Saraswati card in the Sacred India Tarot. And the gist card, as I said, is the Empress card. Now, this is the Lakshmi card, the Mahalakshmi card. It is a very, very positive card. So, all in all, I can see, Aries, that February 2026 is going to be a very good month. The gist is Lakshmi, or the gist is the Empress. So, this is going to be a very fruitful month where career is concerned, where your family life is concerned. Very, very lucky month, a very fortunate month for you. Money comes in, work is done easily. Also, very surprisingly and very interestingly, the Ace of Pentacles has come, and I'll tell you why this is interesting for you, Aries. The Lakshmi card is all things that are fortunate. She is the goddess of good fortune, the goddess of abundance. And the Empress in the tarot is, the card that tells you that things are going well. Basically, things are going well. Whatever you want to manifest, whatever you want to happen in February 2026 is going to happen. Things will go well. You don't need to worry. This is also the pregnancy card of the tarot, one of the pregnancy cards. So, Aries, in case you're planning to start a family, February 2026 is a good month to put those plans into action. Now let's look at week 1, and that is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is the expert's expert. He is a person who is at the top of the game, who is, whatever industry you're working in, whatever your domain is, you are considered an expert in that domain. So week 1, of course, is going to be a lot of hard work. People are going to come to you for advice. Work is going to be center stage for you in week 1. And you will do well. Now, the advice over here is to make sure that you don't slack off. King of Swords, whether it's you or whether it's your boss, it's the energy around you, and this energy does not like it when people slack off. You really, really need to work hard in week 1, but it will be good because week 2 is the Ace of Pentacles. This is probably the week when you will start planning for the next financial year. If you are working, if you're in a company or you're a businessman, then March ending is just around the corner and you're kind of taking stock of how the last financial year has gone for you. The budget has just been announced yesterday, so perhaps a lot of things need to be taken care of. You need to maybe go back to the drawing board on some issues and see how you can make a fresh start. This is the card of fresh starts. This is the card of new beginnings. So week 2 is all about that energy. Week 3 is the world. It is a very, very graceful card. It is full of grace. It's a very good card to get because it means that week 3 is also going to go very well. You might even get to travel a little bit in week 3 for work, for pleasure. The Venus card has come, the Lakshmi card has come as the gist, so it's quite possible that you might take your family along on this trip as well. But all in all, week 3 is going to be positive. Don't expect a lot of money to come in, but you'll be comfortable. That's all. That's what I can say. Uh, the Nataraja card is also indicating, and because I'm also seeing the Empress card and the High Priestess, and of course the Ace of Pentacles, which was the Ganpati card. So this is also kind of an indication that perhaps you need to start your sadhana if you don't have one. If you already have a sadhana, it is a good week to deepen your sadhana. I think Mahashivratri is also coming somewhere in week 2 or week 3 of February. So who knows, I think if you are keen on deepening your sadhana or exploring the spiritual side of your life, why don't you observe Mahashivratri this year? This is a very clear indication that, on Mahashivratri, don't sleep. You need to do a jagran on that day. If you have a guru or if there is a Shiva temple near your place, maybe spend the night over there. Or if you can't go to the temple, spend it at home with your family and, just stay up all night, keep your spine erect, do Shivji's mantra jap, naam jap. All these things are very well indicated in this period in February 2026. But for the mundane and everyday aspects of life, also this is a good card. Don't expect spectacular results over there. This is more about spirit than it is about materiality. And that energy kind of continues into week 4 because week 4 is the High Priestess. It is the Saraswati card. Students will have a very good week, week 4 of February, if your sun sign is Aries, because this is the card of learning, it is the card of wisdom. If you are, like I said, a businessman, then it's quite likely that whatever strategy you made in week 2, you will probably finalize it in week 4 because you will have got all the inputs from experts and you want to have, understood, okay, how is it that I need to navigate the next financial year. But all in all, Saraswati ji is there, the High Priestess is there. It's a very good card, it's a very sattvic card. If you can perhaps visit a Saraswati temple or even any Mata temple in week 4, that would be very, very good. Things go well in week 4. And overall, I can see that February 2026 for you, Aries, is going to be a very positive week because you have the blessings of Lakshmi. You will see abundance in all aspects of life, whether family or work or studies if you're a student. So you really don't need to worry about 2026. It's going to be a fantastic month. All right. Now let's come to Taurus, which is the second sun sign, and see how Taurus is going to be in February 2026. If you are watching this live, again, I'm saying, if you have any questions, if you want me to do a tarot reading for you, please ask away. I am in the chat for the entire duration of this live stream. So if you want to get any readings done, or if you want to know what February 2026 or even 2026 has in store for you, ask your questions in the chat and I'll be happy to do a reading for you. Now let's come to Taurus, the sun sign of Taurus. Again, I'm laying out 4 cards, 1 card for each week, and the 5th card, which is the gist card. Now, the gist card in your case is the 8 of arrows. This tells me that you are mentally feeling a little stressed out because you don't know where to move, what to do. It's almost like you've got blinders on. You can't see the path ahead. Perhaps you're looking for a job change. Maybe there's a relationship that, you want to explore and you don't really know how to proceed with it. This is entirely I'll just come back because there's someone at the door. Alrighty, sorry for that. There was someone at the door, so I had to go open the door. And quite surprisingly, the person who was at the door was a Taurus. It's a friend of mine who had just come to deliver something, and he is a Taurus. So, Gaurav, I hope you are watching this video because this reading is for you because your sun sign is Taurus. So, let's get back to the reading. Eight of Swords. It is a mental bind. Things are fine in your life. There is nothing really to worry about, although there are some slightly negative cards in this week. So, I'll come to that. But it's almost as if you want to move ahead, but you're unable to move ahead. You're unable to decide what is it that you want to do with your life. Should I change this job or not? Should I do this course or not? And there's just a lot of mental confusion around the major areas of your life, whether it is work or love or career or whatever it is. So the advice of the card over here is to kind of, remove the blinders from your eyes, see things for what they are. Take advice from someone. This is a good card because if you're not able to see the woods for the trees, then it's a good idea to take advice from someone older or someone that you really respect, and they should be able to help you out. Card number one is the Six of Cups, which is the card of nostalgia. You're thinking a lot about the past in the first week of February, Taurus. Maybe you're thinking about someone that you used to love, or maybe you are thinking about your childhood and you're kind of trying to figure out, okay, how did I arrive at this point in my life? Why is it that my life is stuck? Why is it that I'm not able to move ahead? And I'm trying to kind of look back in the past and see if there are any clues that you can find in the past. It's also an indication that the person I was telling you about who can give you good advice might be someone you already know, maybe a childhood friend, a childhood teacher, a professor, or maybe your former boss or loved one. They might be able to help you exactly, kind of clear the air and figure out what is it that you want to do with your life. So that's a good thing to do. Reach out for advice to somebody from your past in week one. Now, let's come to week two, and that is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is the cutting away of everything that is unnecessary. And that's a very good card because your gist card is the Eight of Swords, right? And the Ace of Swords has come in to kind of cut off the blindfold from your eyes. You've got this blindfold, you've got these mental blinders on, and the Ace of Swords is going to cut that away. It's going to really help you see your life clearly. It is going to help you see your path very clearly. So whatever advice you get in week one, make sure you start implementing it. You start thinking about how you're going to implement it in week two, because it will really, really clear your head and tell you exactly what you need to do. Week three is the Seven of Wands. That is the card of courage. Work might be a little stressful. Work is anyways going to be stressful this month because it's the Eight of Swords energy. But Seven of Wands is telling me that you will have to take a stand somewhere. Maybe your boss wants you to do something and you know that that's not the thing you should be doing. You should be doing something else. Or your parents tell you that, or your spouse tells you that. You will need to stand your ground. You will need to show courage in this week. You will have to make sure that, if once the blinders are off, once the Ace of Swords has removed the blinders, and you know what the path is, then you need to walk that path. You don't just talk the talk, but you also walk the walk. If you know that something needs to be done, then you just get to it. You don't think twice. You don't sit and second guess yourself. Act with confidence. That is the advice of the Seven of Wands in week three. Week four is the Temperance card. Now, what might happen in week three is you act not with confidence but with recklessness, or you act with arrogance. Now that is not the advice of the cards. If you act with arrogance, then the Temperance card will appear in the week 4 to kind of give you a danda, give you a beating on the head or a whack on the bum to tell you, what, don't be arrogant, don't overextend yourself. You are not yet out of the woods. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done, so don't start celebrating right away. It's also a warning in case you like to drink, in case you like to get intoxicated, although, it's not at all a good thing to do that, but, who am I to judge? Don't get intoxicated in week 4. Do not drink and drive. And be very, very careful with your words, because there are a lot of swords cards and wands cards that have come up. and that usually talks about action, it talks about words, it talks about speech. So be very temperate, be very moderate with your speech and your actions in week 4. All right, try not to piss people off with your behavior in this week. That's the advice of the cards. And of course the gist is, coming back, just to summarize the reading, Taurus, the path ahead is clear. You just need to kind of remove your preconceived notions, do away with your preconceived notions, and start walking the path. There are options, there is a way out of your current situation. You just need to figure out what that one thing is, figure out that one thing that you need to do to kind of, get out of this situation, and then just start walking ahead, and things will be fine. So that was the reading for Taurus for February 2026. Now let's come to the third sun sign, which is Gemini. Again, I am in the chat for the entire duration of this live stream. So if you have any questions, if you have any readings that you would like me to do, I'll be more than happy. Just drop a question in the chat and I will take a look at that. Now let's come to Gemini. Let me just quickly shuffle the pack. Just a word again about the Sacred India Tarot. This is the tarot deck that I am using. In case you want to purchase this tarot deck, I'll be putting the link in the description and in the first comment. If you also want to book a personal reading from me, a personalized reading, it could be on call, it could be live, one-on-one, what have you. I will pin the details in the description and in the comment as well. Now, let's come to Gemini. I have shuffled the deck and I'm laying out the cards. It's a 5-card reading actually. 4 cards, 1 card for each week. And the 5th card is the gist card, which tells you how the flavor of the month is going to be. Okay, kind of a tough month, to be very honest, Gemini, I'm not going to lie. And the gist card is the 3 of Cups. Now, even though the 4 weekly cards I'm seeing are slightly stressful, the gist card is also telling me that this too will pass. This is a small bump in the road, you could say. Yeah, you don't need to worry too much about this month. Yes, the start of the month and the couple of first weeks of the month are going to be slightly stressful, and I'll come to that. But it's a minor blip in the road, okay? 3 of Cups is the card of celebration. It is the card of good times. It is also the card that whatever the situation is building up in February is a temporary situation. You don't need to worry too much about it. And that's a good thing, because if, let's say, I got this card and the cards were positive, then I would have said, you know what, don't celebrate too much because this too will pass. So it's a good thing that the cards are slightly, not that great, because this is telling me that this moment in time, the first couple of weeks, the trouble that is brewing will pass and eventually things will settle down. So the card number 1, week number 1 for you, Gemini, is the 5 of Pentacles. It is the card of poverty consciousness. It is also the earthquake card. So it's quite likely that in week 1, you might get some earth shattering news. This could be about health. This could be about finances, not necessarily your health, but maybe a loved one, someone in the family, a friend. But in general, I think money is going to be in short supply in the first week. It's quite likely that you will have to spend a lot of money to solve this problem. If it's a health problem, this could mean hospitalization, hospital bills pile up. If it could perhaps, I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying it might indicate a job loss. 5 of Pentacles is not a great card where money and career are concerned, especially, and health also. So health and career, you might get some unsettling, unpleasant news in the very first week. And week 2 is the 2 of Swords, which is telling me this is it's a very stuck kind of an energy. Things are neither moving ahead, things are not moving anywhere, you're not moving forward, you're not moving backward, you're just stuck. So whatever news you get in the first week is going to kind of throw you for a toss, and you just will be unable to really think straight. That's going to happen in week 2. Week 3, finally some news comes through because it's the Page of Swords. It may not be very happy news, but it will definitely, clarify the situation and show you a road ahead. That will happen in week 3. Another thing you need to be very careful about in week 3 is office gossip. All right. So something happened in week 1 and week 2 at the workplace, and suddenly you became the topic of conversation in week 3. That's likely to happen. Be careful also of online frauds and get rich quick schemes, because the Five of Pentacles energy is still there. Although I did say that it's not a permanent state. However, that energy is still going to extend into week 3. So if someone comes to you with a get rich quick scheme, or let's say you're doing online transactions, be very, very careful with your OTPs and your passwords, because there is a chance of maybe some minor fraud that can happen. And card number 4 is the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is all the legal matters, the structures of an organization, the rules and regulations, and all that. So, week 4 is telling you that you need to follow the rules and regulations of any organization that you're working with. If you're working somewhere, follow the rules and regulations. Week 1, now that I'm thinking about it, might just happen that you might be placed in a PIP, a performance improvement plan. So if that happens, I'm not saying it will, but if that happens, make sure that you follow the rules and regulations of the PIP very, very closely. In case that's not the case, but just in general, make sure that you follow rules and regulations. You don't rebel against authority in week 4. Week 4, and in fact the entire month of February 2026, while it is tough, it will pass. Just make sure that you put your head down and continue working. Don't pick fights with people. Don't get too despondent about things. It's a minor bump in the road, like I said, and it will pass. All right. All the best to you, Gemini. Now let's move on to the next sun sign, which is Cancer. Cancer has been having a bit of a tough time in 2025. And if I remember, I had done a reading for Cancer for 2026, all of 2026. In fact, I've done a reading for every single sun sign for 2026, a detailed tarot reading, which is a 12 card spread, a year spread. So in case you want to see how 2026 is going to work out for you, go check out the videos. I'll link it in the description. I have an entire playlist with 12 videos, one for each sun sign. But right now we are doing the weekly tarot reading for the sun sign of Cancer. Let me shuffle the deck and quickly do a reading. As I said, 4-card spread with a 5th card, which is the gist. Right? Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and the gist card. Let's see. All right. Okay. The month seems to be all right. Okay. Slight stress perhaps in week 2. But other than that, it's actually a pretty good month. And the gist card for you is the Two of Wands. You've been working towards some goal, Cancer, and this month you are going to work even harder. In fact, you need to work even harder. That is the advice of the card. You are not there yet. The success is not there yet. You have to put in more effort. You need to do more work. This is not the month to slack off. Week 1 is the Magician, which is the Vishnu card, a very, very positive card. You will be seen as an expert. You're on the top of your game. You have all the skills you require to do a good job. So, that project that you're working on, even though you need to work a little harder, I'm sure it will not be a problem for you, because you understand all the nitty-gritties of the work that needs to be done. You just need to apply yourself in week 1 and continue doing that for the remainder of the month also. Week 2 is going to be slightly stressful because it is the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands tells me that you are going to be working very hard. You will be leaving for office very early, coming back late, working weekends, all that sort of a thing. Your family will be asking you, why are you working so hard? Why don't you spend time with us? But honestly, in week 2, I don't see that happening. In fact, I don't see that happening this entire month, because not a single Cups card has come, not a single Pentacles card has come. It's all just Wands and Swords. So just apply yourself. You have to achieve this target. You need to finish this project, and you need to keep pushing yourself in week 2 as well. Week 3 brings a little respite, because by now you figured out, okay, how do I need to manage my time? How much do I need to give this project? And you finally, week 2 is a bit of a burnout phase, but in week 3, you finally catch your breath, and you start working harder. You feel more energy to work also in week 3, and that's a very good thing, because as I said, whatever you are working towards, that project is not done yet. The reward is not done yet. You need to really, really chase down that target very, very aggressively this month, and week 3 is going to come in the form of help. Week 4 is another knight. It is the Knight of Swords. It is the Hanuman card in the Sacred India Tarot. Hanumanji, always whenever I see this card, I feel very happy. And when I see the Knight of Wands also, I feel very happy, because the Knight of Wands is the card of Muruga and the Knight of Swords is the card of Hanuman, which are two Mars ruled devatas, So Mars is going to be a very, very important planet for you in this month. Maybe I'll check what transits are happening. Where is Mars transiting in your Kundali? Or you might even want to check where exactly is Mars sitting in your Kundali and which house is it transiting. Mars is all about energy, it's all about action, it's all about doing the work, not slacking off. So that theme continues in week 4 as well. But you've got the blessings of Hanumanji in week 4. So definitely, if you can visit a Hanuman temple in week 4, visit a Muruga temple in week 3, if possible, visit a Vishnu temple in week 1. There are lots of ways in which you can derive the energy or build that Shakti for work, because this month, February, is going to be very, very hectic. There's going to be a lot of work. There is going to be demands being made on your time. And you might feel a little frustrated because you had hoped that your work would be done by now. But don't worry, keep working hard and it will come through. That reward will come through. Just don't slack off in this month. All right? So that was your reading, Cancer. Now let's come to the fifth sun sign, which is... What is the fifth sun sign? It is Leo, right? Leo is again going to be having a bit of a stressful year in 2026. I have done the reading, so do check out the playlist where I've done tarot card readings for the year 2026 for all 12 sun signs. And if memory serves me right, if I remember correctly, Leo is having a bit of a tough year. But let's see how February is going to be, because the year might be a little tough, but it's not as if every single month is going to be tough. There are going to be ups and downs with everyone, with every sun sign, with every single person. So you don't need to worry too much about that. Let's lay out the cards. I've shuffled the deck. I'm laying out 4 cards, 1 card for each week, and the 5th card, which is the gist card. Okay. All right. Interesting month, Interesting month. 2 weeks are going to be extremely good. 1 week is going to be okay, and 1 week is going to be super stressful. But the gist card is a lovely card. It is the 9 of Cups, which is the wish fulfillment card. So some wish or some desire that you have, Leo, in the month of February 2026, February 2026 is going to fulfill that wish. So it's a very, very positive card. As you can see, it is the card of Shiva and Parvati. They are getting married. It's a beautiful card from the Sacred India Tarot. So don't worry about this month too much. There are going to be a few stressful days. That's all right, because overall the month is going to give you what your heart desires, and that's a very good thing. Week number 1 is the Page of Swords. Some news comes in, some communication happens. You get some news about something that you've been working towards. May not be all good news, so you need to be very careful and read the fine print very carefully. Page of Swords usually denotes a young person, one of those hustler type of people. Yeah, you might encounter one of those people in the first week, and you need to be a little careful where they are concerned. They are not all that they seem. The news that you get, again, read your emails twice, thrice. Make sure that you are very careful about who you reply to. Don't hit reply all. Email communication is very, very critical in this week. You don't want to, you want to make sure that whatever you're communicating is understood properly by the people receiving your email. Okay, be very clear with your communication, because there is a chance of some misunderstanding happening in week 1. Week 2 is the card of death, which is the Mahakali card in the Sacred India Tarot. This is the card of transformation. Something in your life is going to transform, and that is, I think, what you have desired, which is why the 9 of Cups has come as the gist card. Something in your life that you wanted to change is finally going to change, and it's going to change for the better. So it's a very, very positive card, a very positive week. But week 3 is going to be stressful. It's quite possible that the thing that you were looking for, Leo, was a promotion. And you will get that promotion, all right? Because obviously the 9 of Cups has come, your wish is going to be fulfilled. But you get that promotion and you realize, holy crap, there is so much work. I have to work so hard. I was working 10 hours a day. Now I have to work 14 hours a day. I hardly see my family, I hardly have time to go to the gym. All those things might happen, but it's like you've been kicked upstairs. Yeah. But you really can't complain about it, because I think that is something that you wanted. It's just that the third week you will have to adjust to the new work pressure. You will have to adjust to the new surroundings, to the new kind of work that you are doing. So it's going to be a slightly stressful week, but that's fine, because week 4 is going to be very good. Whatever stress had built up in week 3, by week 4 it is going to clear. Week 4 is a very good, a very, very good card. It is an excellent card full of blessings. You'll get to experience the love of your family and your loved ones. You'll get to spend time with them. And in general, this is just a very good week. So, as I said, 2 weeks are going to be excellent, which is week 2, which is the transformation card, and week 4 is going to be great. Week 3 is going to be slightly stressful, and in week 1 you need to take care of your communication and whom you deal with. But overall, this is a wish fulfillment month, so make the most of it, and I wish you all the best, Leo. Now we are done with Leo. Let's come to the 6th sun sign, which is Virgo. uh, I know a lot of Virgos, by the way. You know, my father's a Virgo, for instance. My mother's a Virgo. I have a lot of Virgo friends. And it's been a bit of a mixed bag for them in 2025. Some of them, you know, my father, for instance, had a very good time in 2025 because his younger son, my brother, got married. So it was a major life event, and you know, we had a great time. On the other hand, I know people who've really, really been hauled over the coals in 2025. So 2025 was a mixed bag. If you want to see how 2026 is for the sun sign of Virgo, I have linked the playlist link in the description. Go check it out. I've done detailed tarot card readings for all 12 sun signs for the entire year 2026. But what we are doing right now, people, is looking at the month of February 2026. This is a monthly tarot card reading for the sun sign of Virgo. Okay, okay, okay. Virgo is not going to have a great month, unfortunately, because the gist of the card or the gist of the month is temperance. You will have to be very, very careful about your expenses. You will have to be very, very careful about your speech. You will also have to make sure that you do things in moderation. Don't push yourself too hard in this month, because the month is not looking that great, to be very honest. Week number 1, for instance, is the 5 of Pentacles, so that's poverty consciousness. Resources are scarce, money is scarce, your energy is scarce. So this is not the week where you really need to, like, you know, buy something expensive and go out partying and just, you know, push yourself at work and go to the gym for 3 hours a day and things like that. Do everything in moderation, especially where money and health is concerned. Be very, very moderate in the first week, because if you push yourself too hard, there is a very, very high chance that week 1 you will just completely burn out and you'll have no energy left for the rest of the month. Also, be very careful with money in the first week. You might just realize you don't have as much money as you need, right? Week 2 is fortunately very good. It is the Nataraja card, it is the World card. So whatever trouble was brewing in the first week, Nataraja will take care of it. Keep faith in the gods. Always, I keep saying that. My guru keeps saying that. Keep faith in the gods. They will answer. They will help. So a very good week. This is also when Mahashivratri is happening. I think it is on February 17th. If someone can just let me know in the comments. Mahashivratri this year is February 17th. So this is a very, very good week to do Shiva Sadhana, to start some kind of Shiva Sadhana, because he will really see you through. Whatever trouble was brewing in this first week, leave everything to Shiva and he will take care of it. It's a very good card. And now we come to the third week, which is also another Shiva card, but a totally different kind of Shiva card. This is the Wild card or the Fool card in the tarot. And this is actually telling you that, you know, this might be a week where you take some risks. All right, you feel emboldened. You know, you worship Shiva, you pray to Shiva, and he gives you the energy and the risk-taking appetite. But remember, the gist card is temperance. All right, so don't push yourself. Don't take a very big risk. You will be working outside your comfort zone in this week for sure, but don't burn yourself out, because Week 4 is the 10 of Wands. So this week, this month is going to end on a very stressful note. You are working very hard, resources are thin, and you're just feeling pulled in so many different directions. It's very, very important that you conserve your energy, your mental energy, your physical energy in this month. It's going to be stressful, I'm not going to lie. But because I see two Shiva cards here, Shiva is, Shiva has your back. Shiva will take care of you. Okay. There is some risk taking that is going to happen in week 3. Lack of resources in week 1, a lot of stress in week 4. So the best thing you can do is focus on being moderate. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, you're getting good food, you're not spending too much. Please don't drink in this month, Virgo. This is not a good time to start drinking. But all in all, I would say just be careful in this month because it is going to be very, very stressful. And we'll have to see how March is going to be. If you want to get a reading done for you personally, a personal reading from me, I have linked the details in the description. So just book a call with me, and I can do a very detailed tarot reading for any life problems, whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's career, love life, what have you. A personal tarot reading is always a very, very good thing to have because it tells you exactly what you need to do in order to achieve the results that you want or to avoid the fate that you don't want. Okay. All the best to you, Virgo. I hope you listen to my advice, to listen to the advice of the cards, and have a great month ahead. All right. Now let's come to the 7th sun sign, which is Libra. Uh, Libra is, of course, ruled by Venus. It's a very, very beautiful sun sign. Very beautiful natives, ruled by Venus. So let's see what the cards have to say. Again, as I said, I already have done detailed tarot readings for all 12 sun signs. I have linked that in the description. Go check it out. It's a complete playlist with 12 videos, and it tells you month by month how 2026 is going to play out for you. But right now, we are not looking at the entire year. We are only looking at the month of February 2026. Libra, this is your tarot card reading for February 2026. Let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, week 1 is good, week 2, week 3, week 4, and the gist. Okay, Libra is going to have a fantastic month. Okay, the gist card is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is new beginnings. This is the Ganesha card also. New beginnings, something new enters your life, a new start. Perhaps you start a new job. Perhaps you get a new source of income. Perhaps, you start a new fitness regime. Anything that is new, anything that is relating to money and fitness and health, the material aspects of life, this is a very good month to start something new because you have the blessings of Ganesha with you. And week 1 is the 4 of Pentacles, which is a very stable card. Again, money, resources, health, that is going to be the focus of week 1. You're trying to build a solid foundation for yourself. And week 1, you're going to take some really concrete steps to secure money, to do a good job, to do something for your health even. It's very, very important. 4 is, of course, it's a square, so it's the foundation. It's a very stable number. So don't expect great results right away, but it's a good start. It's definitely a good start where you are slowly building something of value, slowly building the foundations of your material life. Week 2 is the Lovers. Now, the Lovers does not mean romance per se. It means that you have to make a choice. It could be a choice about how you need to spend your time. It could be a choice about whether you should take this job or that job. But the choice will be, between a comfortable option and a slightly risky option. And you will have to figure out what is it that you need to do. Okay, which option do you need to take? The Ace of Pentacles is the gist. So I would say, if the risky option is looking risky, but in the long term it is good, it is going to help you, I would say go for that option. But of course, it depends from case to case. It depends on your risk appetite also. Week number 3 is the High Priestess, a very good card for students. If you are a student, an excellent card for learning, an excellent card for starting a new course. It's also a very good card to start some form of yoga, some form of meditation. The High Priestess is learnings of all kind, but it's also a very sattvic card. So it's quite likely that in case you have started a new job in week 2, week 3 is going to be spent in kind of figuring out how the whole organization works. But it's a positive card. It's a very good card. And week 4 is the Queen of Cups. So it's a very high energy card, a very healing card. Listen to the women in your life. Yeah, yeah. Your wife, your girlfriend, your female boss, your mother. Listen to them, listen to their advice. They'll have good advice to give you. Also, you'll kind of have to get in touch with your feminine side also in this week. I don't see any swords and wands for that matter. All right. I just see cups and I see pentacles. And I see two major arcana cards, which are good cards. So, money, health, uh, how, should you approach your work? How should you do your work? How do you conserve your energy? That is going to be the focal point of your month. And the Queen of Cups is a very good card. So you don't really need to worry. Health is going to be good. Money is going to flow in. All good things are there because the Ace of Pentacles is the gist card. The gist card is positive. Even if you get negative cards in the month, that doesn't really matter that much because the gist takes care of it. But in this case, Libra, the entire month is going to be very positive. A lot of time spent with family, a lot of working on goals for your health, for your money, for your career, new learnings, a lot of healing. A choice will need to be made, but it will all be good because the Ace of Pentacles is the gist, and this is telling you well begun is half done. All right. Start well. Think about your long term plans in this month, and things will work out well. Whatever decision you make about your emotional life and about your physical or material life, think for the long term. At least for the next 1 year, this is something that I would like to keep doing. Okay. Bring that energy, bring that thought whenever you make any decisions, and things will be fine. Now let's come to the 8th sun sign, which is Scorpio. Scorpio, I'm going to be doing a monthly tarot reading for you. In case you've missed your sun sign's tarot reading, this live stream will be up will be up very soon, so you can always look at it at that time. Scorpio, all right, another Mars-ruled sign after. One sec. Okay. Now let's take a look at this. I've got the cards here. So here's what I'm going to do, Scorpio, for you. I'm going to be doing a very quick monthly tarot card reading for February 2026. So there are 4 cards, 1 card for each month. And there is a 5th card, which is the gist card, which tells you what is the overall flavor of the month. How is your month going to be? Card number 1 is good. Card number 2, okay, slightly stressful. Good card number 3 or week 3. Card number 4 is very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting. But here is the gist card, which is the Page of Cups. Quite possible, Scorpio, that you might start a new infatuation or a new relationship in this month. In case you are single and you're looking for a relationship, this is a very good month to do that. That's quite likely to happen. But in general, creative ideas come to you, creative thoughts come to you. You want to do something. Maybe you meet someone who's exciting, and that person, kind of gives you the energy to, start something new, start thinking in different ways. So, pretty good card to get. This is the card that kind of, is the eternal youth, you could say. A lot of fresh ideas come to you, and you just generally are feeling very positive and very light in this month. Card number 1 is very good, very, very good. It is the Nataraja card again. It is the World card. So a lot of divine grace in your life, and things go well. Whatever plans that you are making in this particular month, any thoughts you're getting about, let's say, a new love or a new business or some new creative activity, week 1 is very, very important because this is a very good week to sit and strategize about it, to maybe even sit and meditate on it. Okay, you'll get a lot of clarity about it. Week 2 is slightly stressful because it is the 9 of Wands, so work pressures, getting pulled in a lot of different directions, just feeling frustrated and burdened, This is also the card of potential burnout. So, maybe in week 2, if time permits and money permits and your schedule permits, go on a short break for a couple of days. Just recharge your batteries and come back. You're definitely on to something. You want to start something new, but maybe you get a little overwhelmed easily. You are a very emotional sign, Scorpio. If you get very emotionally attached to the result, or you start worrying too much, that's likely to happen in week 2. So just take a mini break, recharge your batteries and come back. Week 3 is actually pretty good. It's the Three of Cups. So in case you've started a new relationship this month, it's party time. You're going out, you're getting to know the person, you're starting a new job, a new creative project. It's quite likely that week 3 is going to be very good because, it's a fresh start. You're feeling very enthusiastic about it and you're just generally feeling very joyful. So, not a bad card at all. Now, week 4 is very interesting because week 4 is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is a very peculiar card because whenever the Wheel of Fortune comes up, it means that life is going to take a 180-degree shift. If things were going well, it's going to be a 180-degree change. Things are suddenly going to be bad. But if you were in trouble, if things were not working out, then the appearance of this card means that life will take a 180-degree shift, and whatever was not working out, suddenly things will start working. And it'll be very sudden. So pay attention to what happens in week 4. All right, because week 4 is going to be important, not just for this month, but also for the months to come, for the year to come, because something is going to change. There's going to be a complete 180-degree shift in some area of your life. The way I am seeing it, it is quite likely that the change might happen in your personal life, in your emotional life. The change might also happen in your professional life. All right. So a new job, new love, all these things, a new person comes into your life, a new idea catches hold of you, and suddenly life takes a 180-degree shift. So pay very, very close attention to what is happening in week 4, because it's going to completely change your life for the weeks and months to come. But in general, the gist card is very positive. It is the Page of Cups, so you don't really need to worry. You're going to be feeling oddly light. Scorpio, you tend to be very, very serious sometimes, but this month you're going to feel very light on your toes. You're going to feel very enthusiastic about your life in general, about projects. You might meet someone very interesting. So all in all, it's going to be a very interesting month. Nothing very dramatic, but by the end of the month in week 4, suddenly something is going to completely change and you need to be prepared for that. Okay, all the best. Now let's come to the next sun sign, which is Sagittarius. This is what I'm doing with this video is I'm doing monthly tarot card readings for every single sun sign. We've already done Aries to Scorpio, and now we're on to Sagittarius. So let's see what February 2026 has in store for you. I keep dropping cards. That's the problem. Also, if you want to check out, there is a new playlist that I have created. I have done detailed tarot card readings for all 12 sun signs for the entire year for 2026. So I will link that in the description below once the live stream is over. So do come back and check it out. I should probably have done that before starting the live stream, but forgot. All right, so Sagittarius, this is your tarot card reading for the month of February 2026. I'm laying out the cards, and there are 4 cards and a 5th card, which is the gist card. Now let's take a look. Card 1, card 2, wow, card 3 and card 4. All right. The gist card is not that great for you, Sagittarius. It is the 3 of Swords. Take care of your health in this month. Very, very important. I'm not saying there is going to be a major health episode, but maybe you will get a warning sign about your health. You need to go for that checkup. If you've been putting off getting a checkup done for yourself or for somebody in the family even, please, please, please get that checkup done in this month. There could be a potential health problem that is brewing under the surface. Office politics, again, you need to be careful about office politics, about gossip, about what people are saying about you. Be very careful where documentation is concerned. Don't sign any documents in haste. 3 of Swords generally, but for some reason, I don't know why, but this month is going to be a little heavy for you. It's going to be a very stressful, mentally stressful month for you. Although, to be very honest, the cards for the week that have come out are very, very positive. So there's nothing to worry about. So the way I'm seeing things is, it's quite likely there is health is going to be at the top of your mind. You need to be worried about your health and you need to be worried about your job. Just pay attention to these 2 things in the month of February. All right, because week 1 is the card of foundations, stable foundations. It is the 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is a good card, but I think you're going to be very worried about somebody in the family in the first week. Could be about their health, could be about their finances, it could be about your own health and finances. You are trying to build some solid foundation for yourself, and you realize, you know what, hey, I don't have that much saved up. Or, you know, I wanted to make such plans for February, and somehow I realize I don't have the resources to make those plans, and that becomes a source of tension for you in the first week. But week 2 is very, very, very important and crucial. It is the blessings of Babaji. This is one of the grace cards in the Sacred India Tarot. This is the Sacred India Tarot. It was created by my Guru, Shri Guru Rohit Arya. And what he has done is that he has included 2 grace cards in this, and this is one of them. Highly potent grace card. This means you have the blessings of the gods and you have the blessings of the rishis on you, especially in week 2. And I couldn't have asked for a better card because it is going to be a stressful month. You're going to be stressed out and you need some kind of a divine help, and that is coming your way in the week 2, which is a very, very good thing. Week 3 is 6 of Pentacles. This is the card of calculated generosity. Be very careful about your money. Be very careful about your time in this week. People might come to you asking for money, asking for help, and that becomes a source of stress and tension for you. Also, make very good use of your time. Plan your day properly. Plan your schedule properly. Make sure that you don't overextend yourself, that you don't, put yourself in a situation where you're being pulled in too many directions. All right. Week 4 is very, very positive because whatever trouble was brewing over here in this month, by week 4, it's going to be solved. Like I said, the blessings of Babaji card has come. That divine grace is there in your life, and that is going to move you away from trouble. This is the card of victory. This is the card of movement. This is the card of things finally working out and life moving ahead. If you were feeling stuck, if you were feeling heavy, stressed out, by week 4, all those troubles are going to go away. That's a very, very hopeful and a positive thing. Sagittarius, all in all, I would just say once again, take care of your health, take care of your family's health, and take care of your work area. But by week 4, whatever was troubling you in the first week of February, it'll get solved. You don't need to worry about that. So overall, it's a very positive month, I would say. Okay, just pay attention to health and the small details of life, and you should be fine. We are done with Sagittarius, so I believe the next one is Capricorn, right? Capricorn, I've already done a very detailed tarot card reading for the entire year. In fact, I've done detailed tarot card readings for all 12 sun signs, which I will add to the description below. But for now, Capricorn, this is your tarot card reading for the month of February 2026. So let's see what the cards have in store for you. We are almost about to hit the 1 hour mark. I think this is going to be a pretty lengthy live stream. That's fine, because I wanted to make sure that every single sun sign is covered and we see how the month is going to be for all of you. All right. So this is a 5-card spread for Capricorn. 4 cards, 1 card for each week of the month, and the gist card. The gist card, not very positive. Week 1 is fine. Week 2 is excellent. Week 3, not so good. Week 4, things settle down. So think of your month reading as a story of the month. It's an arc of the month. Some days are up, some days are down. Some weeks are positive, some weeks not so much. But the overall energy surrounding you, Capricorn, in the month of February is the Hanged Man, which is not a great card. This is the card of losses. This is the card of lost possessions. This is the card of where, you don't really know what to do with your life. And it's a karmically imposed thing because it is a major arcane card. You just don't know what to do in this month. You're, I think, going to be in a very confused state of mind. And the major thing I see is that it's going to be about your emotional life. Because I see a lot of Cups cards have come up. 2 Cups cards have come up. And 1 major arcane card and 1 arrows card. So mental stress, mental confusion, confusion about your love life, confusion about your marital life. All these things are kind of going to plague you in this month. All right. So be warned, be careful. Week number 1 is actually pretty okay. This is the 6 of Swords. It is the card of earned success. Work should be fine. Work area is fine. But however, you will be required to put in a lot of work. Because this is earned success. This is not luck, all right? What you put in, whatever inputs you give, that's the output you're going to get. So if you put in a lot of efforts, you do a lot of hard work, you're going to get the results of this. It could be something that you've been working on for the last 6 months also, and you finally get a culmination of that. Okay, maybe you had a project that you were doing, maybe there was work that was kind of, a project that you had to do for 6 months. All of that is going to come to fruition. It's going to come together in the first 2 weeks, because week 1 was Six of Swords. Week 2 is the Lakshmi card, which is the Empress card. Empress card means money, abundance, good health, good fortune. So whatever was, whatever you were working towards is probably going to happen in this week, which is in week 1 and week 2. However, there is still the Hanged Man energy. So this also comes with some kind of mental confusion. This comes with a sense of loss. Okay, you need to be very, very careful, because I think you're going to come into some money in the second week, and it is quite possible. This happens whenever the Hanged Man comes up. It also means loss of possessions. You could lose something. It could be a mobile phone, it could be your house keys, it could be a wallet, it could be cash, online frauds. All those things are possible. So be very careful in this month where your possessions are concerned, where money is concerned, but also where your relationships are concerned, because week 3 is not very positive. It is the Four of Cups. This is the card of heartbreak. It is the card of breakup. So while on the professional front things are going well, your emotional life, your personal life, I see something happening in week 3 which makes you very, very sad. And that is that sense of loss that I'm talking about. It's quite likely you've been working towards a project, you've accomplished the project, but you've neglected your personal life, and the people in your life, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your loved ones, they just say, you know what, we've had enough. We want to move on. It's quite likely to happen, and this is the heartbreak that I'm talking about, where the material aspects of life are fine, but the emotional aspects of life, the emotional life, the personal life, that you might get some bad news. Some kind of heartbreak is likely to happen in week 4, in week 3. Week 4, however, you bounce right back, because it is the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is renewed emotions, the start of a new emotional journey, the start of something new. So while you might experience some kind of a heartbreak in the third week, you will bounce right back in week 4. So as I said, think of it as an arc. Every month's reading, how is it going? Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it going up? Is it going down? Are you recovering from something, or are things getting worse? And in this case, yes, things are definitely getting better. You are moving away from heartbreak, and by week 4, I think you will make your peace with the fact, whatever is it that you have lost, you will make your peace with it, and you will bounce right back. And that's a very good and hopeful thing, because we still have the rest of the year to look forward to. We have to do so many things in 2026. Four of Cups here in week 3 is a minor bump in the road. Don't let this derail you from what is really important, and I don't think you will bounce right back. So overall, I would say pretty positive month, except week 3 you need to be a little careful with some loved ones. There is some heartbreak that might happen. And overall in this month, be take very good care of your possessions, take very good care of your money, take very, very good care of your belongings. And if you ever feel that you're feeling stuck, you're not moving anywhere, this is the help that is coming to you, Lakshmi Mata. Pray to Lakshmi Mata, and whatever loss that you might experience in this month, to some extent she will be able to help you with that, help you reduce that loss. Okay, if nothing else, you'll at least feel a peace of mind. You'll at least feel peaceful on the inside. Even if you lose something important, you will bounce back, and Lakshmi Mata will give you the strength to do that. So all the best to you, Capricorn. I hope you have a good month. Now just 2 more sun signs are left. We are talking about the next sun sign, which is Aquarius. Aquarius, let's take a look at what the month of February 2026 is going to be. If you want to take a look at your full year's reading, I've done a very detailed 13 card spread called the yearly spread. I've done this for all 12 sun signs, and I will link the playlist in the description below. Just go check it out, see how your year is going to shape up, and see all the good, the bad, the ugly of the year. And I think Aquarius is going to have a pretty good year, so you can just go take a look at that. But in the meantime, for the moment, let's look at the monthly reading for 2026. Aquarius, week 1, good card. Week 2, excellent card. Week 3, okay. Week 4, interesting. Excellent gist of the month, which is Nine of Cups. It is the wish fulfillment card. So, Aquarius, by the way, now that I think about it, this is your birthday month, isn't it? So, happy birthday. Happy birthday. And it is going to be a very, very happy birthday for you, Aquarius, because the Nine of Cups has come. It is the wish fulfillment card. Anything that you want, anything that you wish for, something big, I hope, is going to come true in this month. So, be prepared for the shower of blessings on you. Week 1 is the King of Wands. Very good card. Very creative. You are going to be at the top of your game in your job, in your personal life. A lot, if you're working on some creative projects, I think this signifies that finally you will get that creative project not only off the ground, but you'll also complete it. Okay, so depending on where you are on the journey, but you've desired something, you wanted to bring creativity into your life, or you had a creative project, and that creative project culminates in this week. So it's a very, very high energy card. Things should go well. You will be seen as an expert. People will come to you for advice. You will even get work. If you're in the creative fields, you are going to get some really, really very good project in this week. So be prepared for that. And week 2, the good luck continues because it is the other king, which is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is excellent. Your emotional life goes well. If you are married, this signifies a happy married life. Good conjugal bliss in week 2. If you're in a relationship, things are going well. It's smooth sailing. You don't have to worry about anything. It's also quite likely, in case I don't know, if you're single, you've been seeing someone for a very long time and you want to pop the question. Okay, this is the week to do it, because this is the wish fulfillment card, which is the gist of the month. And the King of Cups is, it's the height of your emotional life. So if you want to, get married to your boyfriend, get married to your girlfriend, or let's say your parents have been looking for a match for you, it's quite likely that in this week you will finally find that special person. Quite likely. Or if you've been in a relationship, this is a very good week to pop the question and ask them to marry you. They will say yes. They will not say no. They will definitely say yes. Week 3 is the Justice card. It is the card of Shani Dev. A lot of hard work in this week. And this is not the week where you can slack off, because Shani Dev does not like people who slack off. So a lot of work needs to be done on the emotional front, on the physical, the material front, at the job. So don't slack off in this week, and you will get good rewards for it, because after all, the wish fulfillment card is the gist. So just go all guns blazing, just do whatever it is you need to do. Don't slack off, work hard, work smart in this week, and you will get your heart's desire. Now, week 4 is very interesting because, week 3 was the Justice card, who is this very solid kind of a person, a very solid kind of an energy, very stable, slow kind of an energy. And then week 4, we see the Wild card, which is the Fool card. This is all about risk taking. This is a very chaotic kind of an energy. So, my guru always says whenever the Fool card or the Wild card appears in a reading, all possibilities exist. The reading becomes ambiguous, right? But in this case, since we're talking about week 4, week 4 is going to be a bit unpredictable. It's going to bring a lot of chaos into your life. It might be good chaos also, because the overall gist is very, very positive. So the overall gist is fine. So week 4, whatever chaos comes might just be happy chaos. You've proposed to your loved one, they've said yes, the families are meeting, there's a lot of celebration, it's just chaos, but at the same time you need to work. So generally, life is going to be very hyperactive in week 4, and I think that kind of suits the Aquarius energy anyways, because I know a lot of Aquarians and they have something, they are totally mental, I would say, just mental. And this is also your birthday month. So, I think the wild card is not negative in this case. I don't think it is negative at all. However, couple of words of advice: don't drink and drive, don't drive too late at night, things like that. Don't take very big risks also in anything, okay? While, okay, the wish fulfillment card is there, it's also coming after the Shani card, which is the Saturn card. And after once Saturn has made an appearance in the reading, you need to be a little careful with everything. So don't take very big risks. Um, don't go out partying too much. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. But just generally, I think mentally you're going to be feeling kind of freaky. You're going to be feeling very chaotic in your mind. Okay, happy chaos. It's going to be a happy chaos. It's not going to be a sad kind of a chaos. It's just that so many things are happening in this week. You don't know what to pay attention to. Okay, but all in all, I would just say this month is going to be fantastic. I wish I had got this for my own sun sign. I did not get a very good card for the gist of my sun sign. But Aquarius, I think you're going to have a fantastic month, and it's your birthday month, so happy birthday. There's another thing that I do. I also do birthday readings. So let's say you have a birthday coming up, and you want to know, all right, how is my birthday year going to be from this birthday to the next year, to my next birthday? What can I expect? What is going to go right? What is going to go wrong? What do I need to be prepared for? So you can always book a tarot session with me, a tarot reading with me, because while we are doing personal readings and these are fine, a personal tarot card reading, you just can't beat it, because it's about you. It is about your life, about the things that are happening in your life, and it's much more accurate, and it's much more pinpointed. All right. uh, but we are finally at the 1 hour mark, and this is the final sun sign, right? We are talking about Pisces. Pisces, this is your monthly tarot card reading for February 2026. Let's see what the cards have to say, and let's see how February 2026 is going to treat you. This is a simple 5 card spread, 4 cards, 1 card for each week of the month. And then there is a 5th card, which is the gist card, which is like a flavor of the month. So let's see what, okay, the month is going to be interesting. Oh dear. Okay. So the month starts off on a very good note, but from there, things kind of take a downturn. The gist card is the 7 of Pentacles. It is the card of patience. It is the card of goal setting, and then just, waiting to manifest that goal. It is a card of hard work. It is the card which signifies in this month, in February 2026, Pisces, you will need to work very hard, and you will need to be patient, because as I can see in week 3 and week 4, not very good cards have come. Excuse me. So you will have to be patient. You will have to be careful about everything that you do in this month. This is also a pregnancy card, by the way. One of the pregnancy cards. There are 3 pregnancy cards in the tarot. We've already seen one, which was the Empress, which has come a few times. And this is the second pregnancy card. Now, if you are planning a family, good. No problem. Go ahead. This is the month to take action. If you are not planning a family, there is a slight possibility of an accidental pregnancy. And why do I say accidental pregnancy? I'll come to that, because week 4 is very, very interesting. And that ties in with this accidental pregnancy theme. But overall, just be very careful in this month. Be patient. Don't do anything in haste. Do not pick fights with people. Do not get into arguments with people. Be patient, and don't try and keep doing what you are doing, and not let life affect you. Week 1, however, is pretty good. Week 1 is the Chariot. So it's movement, it's success. It could also signify travel. Week 1 is going to be a pretty hectic week, but in a good way. All right. If you've been working towards a project, then it's quite likely now the 7 of Pentacles has come. You've been working towards something. This is the month where you probably have to do a lot of work in that direction, and you'll make a lot of progress. Okay. It's not there yet. This is not the card of, it is the card of victory, yes. But if the gist is 7 of Pentacles, it means you're almost there. You just need to really up your game in the first week. And who knows, it just might happen in the next couple of weeks. It might just happen in this week itself, whatever you want to accomplish. But I do think that you need to be a little more patient. You'll have to be a little more patient before you can start celebrating. Week 2 is the Ace of Swords. Now, something important, or something that no longer serves your purpose, is going to be cut from your life. This could mean you move to a new job, you move to a new city, You start a new relationship, something new comes into your life, but it also means that you will have to cut out something old from your life. Okay, it's a very conscious decision that you have to make. This might even be a very good month to declutter your house. Okay, decluttering your house really clears up your mental space a lot. I've myself experienced it. I mean, the last 1 month I've just spent clearing my kitchen, clearing my living room, throwing out all the old gadgets and clothes that I no longer need, and your house and your mind just feels so much lighter. So this is a good week to do that. But some karma will come to an end in this week. All right, and it'll be good. It is something that has served its purpose and needs to get out of your life. So not a bad card at all. However, week 3 has and is a little worrying because it is the 5 of swords. Now it is quite possible that you might end a relationship in week 2. Let's say the ace of swords came up and you decided to end a relationship because you're done with the relationship, you just want to move on. The 5 of swords is the card of fights and arguments, and like really bad fights. Okay, really bad fights. So let's say you dump someone, you end a relationship, they are not going to be happy, not at all. And week 3 is therefore going to be very, very stressful. The advice here is you need to be patient and you need to be calm and cool. Okay, don't if the person raises their voice at you, don't raise your voice 2x, because things will just go from bad to worse from that point onwards. But I see a lot of conflict in week 3, and I think that conflict is going to be because of whatever decision you have made in week 2. People don't like to be dumped. People don't like it when relationships are called off. When, let's say, you quit a job and your boss says, okay, fine, you know what, you need to serve a 1 month notice period. And I've seen this with a lot of companies. They make their employees' life hell during their notice period. Okay, so don't get into fights with your boss. In case you've quit your job, you're serving your notice period, stay cool, be patient. You're going to be out of here in no time. Don't piss people off in this week. Don't pick fights, because it's quite likely that they will just put a remark which will affect your work record. So anything you're letting go of, let go of it mentally, and then don't get dragged into the psychodrama around it. That's the advice of week 3. Now, week 4 was a bit worrying because week 4 is the Tower card. Now, the Tower is not a positive card, but it's also not as negative as some people think. When people see the Tower, they think, oh God, someone's going to die, there's going to be an accident, there's going to be something really, really bad that's going to happen. Not always. In a lot of cases, the Tower simply means that you get unexpected news that catches you by surprise. Life was going well, things were going well, and then bam, out of the blue, something hits you. What's going to happen, and the way why I said that this is very interesting is because your gist card is the 7 of Pentacles, and this is the pregnancy card of the tarot. The Tower appearing in week 4 is also telling me that there's a likelihood of an unexpected pregnancy. That's one of the possibilities. You maybe have ended a relationship, you've moved away from somebody, and they come and tell you, you know what, I'm pregnant. It's quite likely, it is likely, might happen. Or it could also mean that you think or you thought that life was going well, your job was going well, because you were chasing down your targets, you were decluttering your work life. But it is quite likely that maybe the project that you were working on has taken so long that your boss just got fed up. And they said, you know what, we're removing you from this project, and it's going to affect your prospects in this job. Some kind of negative news that catches you by surprise is coming your way in week 4. And you need to be careful about that. You need to take steps to make sure that you don't lose your mind in week 4, because that's what happens with a lot of people. They get some unpleasant news and suddenly their life goes into chaos. Don't let that happen. Whatever is happening, think about it in a very cool and a calm manner. Okay? No problem is unsolvable. No problem is so big that you can't find a solution. But you will need to be patient. You will need to be calm in week number 4. All in all, I would say, Pisces, this month you need to be very calm and collected and patient. it's going to be a wild ride, February 2026. The first 2 weeks are very positive, and the next 2 weeks are suddenly turning dark and negative. Whatever happens, don't lose your mental cool. Be very careful about your speech. Don't pick fights with people. Learn to be patient. Okay, develop patience, because this too will pass. Let's say you've had a really bad month. You've had a really bad couple of weeks. Uh, Pause before reacting. That is the advice of this card. Pause before reacting. Otherwise, things will go from bad to worse. All right. That was it for this live stream. As I said, I've covered all 12 sun signs. So, in case you missed your sun sign, you missed your reading, the live stream will be up on YouTube very, very shortly. So, you can take a look at your particular sun sign. Also, if you want to look at the yearly readings for your sun sign, I've done very detailed yearly readings for all 12 sun signs. I'll pin that in the description. And if you want to book a personal tarot reading with me, I'm always available. I will pin the details in the description. You can get in touch with me and book your own personal tarot reading. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. We've been doing this live stream for almost an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 16 minutes. I think I'll be back later this week where I want to do detailed tarot readings for every lagna or rashi. We've been so far doing only sun signs. Let's also look at the rashis. Let's look at the lagnas and see, let's say if you're Tula Rashi or your Kanya Rashi, how is your month going to be? All right. So thanks so much for tuning in to the live stream. Do catch the live stream. Do catch your personal reading once the live stream goes live. And I'll see you later on in the week. All the best. Take care.